start recording myself going to all these appointments in case something happens. And then maybe years from now, my kid will see this. And if this doesn't work, at least maybe this will help somebody else. Never know. So I'm sitting here driving to a fertility appointment. I have PCOS really bad. We've tried using letrozole, Clomid, all that stuff. Clomid didn't do anything, but the first year that we used letrozole, it worked for 2 months. My dad passed away on the second month, the day I ovulated. So, obviously we didn't take advantage of that. And then it stopped working in the time frame that the doctor considered to be working. I would get a follicle, but it wouldn't get very big by like cycle day 15 or so. So we took a couple years off from trying with a doctor's help. We've never prevented pregnancy, but you know, what do you do? And at that point I was just so emotional. We subsequently lost my grandma and my sister, so there's that. Yeah, it's just one of those things, you know, like, what do you do? Well, my husband, Jason, didn't want kids afterward. He turned 30, so I would have been 23. And that wasn't fair, if you ask me, so he has graciously done whatever I felt I wanted to do. He's pretty much the only person who makes me kind of feel sane about it. Nobody's ever made fun of me for anything, but, you know, some people just don't understand, especially those who got pregnant easily and either had abortions or gave their kids up or, you know, just don't like having kids. I'm a little rambly because I do have ADHD too, so if you could bear with me, that'd be great. It is now cycle day 16, and on cycle day 14, my endometrium was 4.78, I believe. It was somewhere in that 4.7 range. And my follicle was 16.8, which is more than I thought it would be because, you know, I missed a whole section of that story. We've had a couple failed rounds of letrozole since the miscarriage. So that story, last year in May, we started doing the letrozole again. So we took it in May. It didn't work, but I ovulated, which was great. I ovulated late, but, you know, late is better than never. And then in June, I ovulated, and we went down to my mom's, who lives on the other end of the state. In case you didn't know, I'm a big Husker over here. I live in Nebraska. So she lives in southeast Nebraska, and I live in the Panhandle, way up in BFE. And we did the letrozole anyway, and we ended up getting pregnant. I couldn't believe that we were pregnant. Like, I took 20 tests, I swear to God. I text one of my friends, I text my mom, because I was just freaking out. It was positive, and I didn't think that would be possible. Sorry, you guys are going to get a very unattractive angle here. And I'm a big girl. Thanks, PCOS. But, you know, I freaked out, told Jason, he kind of freaked out a little, because we didn't think this was going to be possible. I mean, we've been trying for 8 years. 8 years. And nothing. And then all of a sudden, those 2 pink lines. I mean, dude, it was amazing. And it only lasted about 10 days. A couple days before August, and August 6th would have been our 8-year wedding anniversary. But July 31st, we lost the baby. And I never realized how devastating it could be to love somebody so much that isn't even bigger than a speck of sand. But believe me, it is possible. And I will always love that baby, even though, it barely would have had a heartbeat. I'm a big pro-life person, so if you are pro-choice and you hate pro-life people, you can get the fuck away from me. We can agree to disagree. I'm friends with a lot of pro-choice people. It's not a big deal for me. I mean, it's a big deal in the fact that I think it should be illegal across the board, but I can also sit here and say that I don't believe that if you've had an abortion, that anyone should treat you poorly for that. Like, I'm not in your life. I shouldn't treat you poorly for the decisions you made. Especially if it was medically necessary to do so. Like, if you were going to die, if this baby was going to be born dead or have no quality of life, that's my gray area for pro-life. That's probably going to piss off a lot of pro-life people, but it happens. I also have no filter. If it pops in my head, I'm going to say it. If it's a bad word, it gets said twice. Just saying. If that bothers you, you probably shouldn't watch this either. And this is such a long rant. But I'll let you guys know how today's appointment goes. And if you're watching this because we created you from going to these appointments, then I love you. I'm so glad that it worked. Like I said, just kind of a time capsule thing for me. Angles. Yeah, so, I'm not really sure where to end this other than it's cycle day 16. I'm going in for my ultrasound. Hopefully there's some growth. I will accept anything over 17 and a half as great progress for a follicle, and anything around 5 to 7 for my endometrium as a success, and that hopefully it'll keep continuing to grow. What I'm hoping for, though, is that we're going to ovulate in the next couple days so that we can get down to business and get everything taken care of. Yeah, this is a much better angle, although I am a little pinkish growing my hair. Anyways, love, peace, chicken grace to all of you, and I hope all my sisters who watch this can know you're not alone. If you've lost a baby, if you've just been struggling with fertility or even PCOS in general, thin hair, fucking dry skin, cramps, weird periods, text me, email me, do something. I will definitely talk to you about it. But for now, I'm almost to my appointment, so I'm gonna call it good, and I will let you guys know what happens. Bye.